Imagine working on a simple restoration project only to stumble upon a hidden relic from centuries past. The thrill of such a discovery can be captivating, especially when the hidden object might hold secrets long forgotten or contain a valuable treasure from history. But what if that moment isn't just the stuff of movies? What if ancient messages or hidden objects are lying within old statues, waiting to be found? Have you ever wondered why we sometimes find hidden artifacts within seemingly ordinary statues? Or questioned the reasons people from the past might have concealed valuables or messages within these sculptures? Often, these discoveries spark curiosity about the motives and the circumstances behind these hidden relics. Many believe these treasures were meant to survive through generations, carrying messages or even warnings from those who lived before us. If you enjoy content that helps you grow spiritually, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and join our community for more inspiration. Let's get started. In the case of one recent discovery, workers assigned to repair an old statue of Jesus were stunned by what they uncovered within. As they began the routine task, they noticed something unusual beneath the surface of the statue. Their investigation revealed a small compartment cleverly concealed inside the statue's chest area. It's not every day that repair workers find themselves uncovering mysterious chambers within religious artifacts, especially in statues crafted to inspire faith and devotion. Inside this hidden compartment, they found a collection of ancient documents carefully preserved and neatly folded. The writings appeared to be from a previous era, potentially holding messages from those who initially commissioned the statue. Historians and researchers were called to examine the texts, which were later identified as religious manuscripts that might have been hidden intentionally to safeguard their contents. The discovery provided a glimpse into the minds and intentions of the statue's creators, who seemed to have chosen this sacred figure as a guardian of their messages. This astonishing find raises new questions about the significance of such religious symbols and the secrets they might hold. What other mysteries lie hidden within artifacts we encounter daily? This finding serves as a reminder of how history and religion are frequently connected in unexpected ways, leaving us wondering what more from our past may be waiting to unveil itself. As researchers continued examining the hidden documents within the statue, each piece seemed to unravel a huge story about the past. The yellowed, fragile pages offered a peculiar snapshot of life from more than a century ago. Among them was an old newspaper from 1911, its headlines faded but legible. One article told a grim story, a drowning incident in a nearby lake. The tragedy, though seemingly unremarkable today, might have held a symbolic weight or a personal connection for those who preserved it. Why did they choose to tuck away such a specific piece of history? Perhaps it served as a cautionary tale, or maybe it honored a lost loved one. The seemingly simple story of a life lost beneath still waters could carry a message across time, meant to remind us of life's fragility, or perhaps to connect the past with the present in ways we can only begin to understand. Have you ever wondered if the secrets of the past are placed in our path as guideposts, signs that lead us toward peace, clarity, or a renewed sense of purpose? This is exactly what The Secret of Jesus' Apparitions offers, a path to clarity and peace through his revelations. This ebook goes into his prophecies and offers insight into what lies ahead. It's available for free in the pinned comment. Grab it now before the edition's gone. Beyond the newspaper, a surprising array of items had also been hidden alongside it. Small Confederate flags, rare letters, and aging banknotes lay neatly bundled together, each item bearing traces of the past. These artifacts suggested a period of strong convictions and intricate pasts. Despite the humid conditions of the earth that surrounded the statue for years, the items remained remarkably intact, as if protected by some unseen force. This preservation itself added to the mystique. How could such fragile materials withstand the test of time in such an environment, teeming with ants and other insects? As historians pored over these artifacts, they wondered if the objects held more than historical value. Did these items, saved so deliberately, represent messages of resilience, hope, or perhaps even a lingering grief passed down through generations? Whatever their intent, the items seemed to resonate with a voice from the past, echoing stories long forgotten. Meanwhile, the discovery sparked a new level of intrigue among the local community. People came to witness the unfolding mystery, each person perhaps hoping to find a connection to their own family history or to the region's hidden past. Some speculated on the reasons behind such a careful preservation effort, while others imagined the stories that could lie beneath other statues or monuments around town. The hidden compartment within the statue was more than a storage place for trinkets. It was a time capsule, capturing a moment in history preserved within sacred walls. These artifacts now serve not only as physical reminders, but also as symbols, igniting curiosity and connecting the community to a shared heritage, one hidden in plain sight for generations. The discovery of the hidden documents and artifacts within the Jesus statue spurred interest beyond just historians and locals. It quickly caught the attention of international researchers, curious to uncover further secrets concealed in religious icons. As experts began analyzing the items, each fragment of history brought a new dimension to the unfolding mystery. A specialist team decided to take a cautious yet advanced approach, using modern imaging techniques to examine areas of the statue that seemed structurally sound yet suspiciously dense. They hypothesized that other hidden compartments might still be undiscovered. One section of the statue's shoulder appeared particularly unusual. When scanned, it revealed a small, tightly packed bundle nestled within. Intrigued, the team carefully drilled a tiny access point to avoid damaging the fragile structure. Inside, they found a rolled parchment sealed with wax, a practice common in the 18th century to preserve important messages. Upon unsealing the wax and unfolding the brittle parchment, they discovered writings that seemed to be in an archaic form of Latin. As you explore these hidden stories from the past, remember to download our ebook, where similar revelations await. Only a few copies remain. Don't miss out. Linguists and religious scholars were called in to decipher the faded script, which they quickly identified as excerpts from a prayer book and, intriguingly, a message about enduring faith through trials and suffering. The presence of this message left the researchers wondering, had the creator of the statue intended it to be a beacon of hope, hidden away for future generations? The careful placement of this specific text suggested that the artist, or the person who commissioned the work, might have wanted it to be a silent source of strength for the faithful in difficult times. The message felt timeless, almost as if it had been crafted to resonate across the ages. As word of the discovery spread, visitors began to arrive in droves to catch a glimpse of the statue. Pilgrims from nearby regions made their way to the site, eager to feel a connection to this newly unearthed history. Some individuals claimed to experience a spiritual renewal simply by being near the statue, while others were moved to leave letters and prayers, adding to the growing aura of mystique. The statue had become more than just an artifact. It was now a living testament to faith, hope, and the endurance of the human spirit, inspiring new stories around an old legacy. The investigations around the statue continued, with researchers soon focusing on a small cavity found at the base of the figure. Using delicate tools to avoid any damage, they carefully extracted a series of tiny objects wrapped in ancient cloth. As they unfolded the material, they revealed fragments of rosary beads and a piece of embroidered cloth bearing a Christian symbol. The beads, visibly worn, suggested they had been used in intense devotional practices before being stored inside the statue. These items likely held significant spiritual value for those who placed them there, possibly as protective relics intended to shield the community or bring blessings to those who revered the statue. Such practices were common in certain periods of history, especially during times of religious persecution or social upheaval, when people sought ways to preserve their faith discreetly. The cloth fragment, bearing a symbol resembling a cross intertwined with a vine, was particularly intriguing, as it seemed to represent both resilience and growth, symbols of hope deeply embedded in Christian iconography. As researchers examined these artifacts, they speculated that the statue might have served as a kind of spiritual sanctuary, a place where the devout could symbolically store their prayers and hopes. The existence of these relics pointed to a time when individuals relied on tangible symbols to feel connected to their faith, especially in an era when religious expression might have been restricted or fraught with risk. The beads and cloth hidden within the statue seemed to be more than mere artifacts. They were silent witnesses to personal and communal struggles for spiritual resilience. This new discovery added another layer to the statue's enigmatic history, transforming it from a simple religious figure into a vessel of collective memory. With each item they uncovered, researchers and visitors alike felt increasingly connected to the lives of those who had once placed their hopes and prayers within the statue's hidden compartments, creating a sacred bond that transcended generations. If these stories stir a need for insight, our e-book on these remarkable findings is available now, but with limited downloads. Claim yours before they're gone. As scholars examined the handwritten texts found inside the statue, the faded Latin script revealed a blend of biblical passages and what appeared to be personal reflections. One section described an unfamiliar prayer, possibly unique to the community that once safeguarded the statue. This prayer contained phrases evoking images of resilience in hardship, invoking protection for both the faithful and the town itself. The researchers speculated that this might have been an unrecorded prayer, passed down orally and written only by those seeking to preserve its words for future generations. Curiously, the text also referenced seasonal rituals, particularly during times of harvest and winter's onset, hinting that the statue served as more than a spiritual symbol. It may have been a focal point in local rites tied to the cycles of the year. In these passages, the writer spoke of gathering at the statue's base to offer thanks and request blessings, suggesting the community saw the figure as a guardian over their livelihoods and seasonal fortunes. The mix of religious devotion and cultural practices revealed a unique blending of faith and tradition, preserved through subtle means and unmarked by any public record. The language of these manuscripts contained phrases in both Latin and an older form of the local dialect, a fact that suggested the writer was well versed in religious language, but also deeply rooted in the local culture. This rare combination painted a vivid picture of a community that existed at a crossroads of tradition and faith, seeking to blend both elements into their lives under the protection of their sacred figure. It also left modern-day scholars with the task of interpreting not only the religious, but also the cultural significance embedded in the writings, as they traced connections between the town's present-day customs and the veiled practices of its ancestors. Each passage brought new depth to the understanding of the statue's role, revealing it as a silent witness to the rhythms of life in a past community, where faith and daily survival were intertwined in unexpected ways. In light of the discoveries, local authorities faced a pressing decision: how to preserve the statue and its newfound treasures without compromising the delicate materials hidden inside. Historians, preservationists, and church leaders gathered to discuss the possibility of displaying the artifacts publicly, but doing so would require careful planning. Experts debated the best ways to balance accessibility with preservation, aware that any exposure could hasten the deterioration of these fragile relics. To address this, a conservation team proposed an innovative approach. Using advanced imaging technology, they captured high-resolution scans of each item, from the beads to the ancient manuscripts, creating a digital archive that could be shared widely without disturbing the originals. This virtual exhibit allowed people from around the world to explore the artifacts while keeping the actual objects securely within the statue's original confines. The team's creative solution became a way for the statue's story to be told to a broader audience, bringing its historical significance into the modern era. Meanwhile, the digital project inspired other local sites to investigate their own artifacts, sparking a wave of renewed interest in preserving regional history. Church archives, often overlooked, were re-examined, and soon other relics, although less elaborate than those within the statue, began to emerge. As more mysteries unfold, you can access even more guidance in our exclusive ebook. Just a few copies are left, so be sure to get yours in the first comment. In order to promote a stronger bond between locals and their past, local communities began planning educational activities, talks, and guided tours that honored both the statue's narrative and the region's rich cultural legacy. Beyond the historical and spiritual dimensions, the project's impact reached the academic world, encouraging interdisciplinary collaboration among historians, linguists, and conservators. The findings prompted new studies on hidden relics within religious icons and monuments worldwide, highlighting a broader trend of using sacred objects as silent vessels for personal and communal histories. If this message makes you think and you feel it connects with you, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Also, if you really want to support our work and help us keep creating valuable content, consider giving us a super thanks. Join this amazing community and don't miss any news. In this sense, the statue became a powerful symbol, bridging past and present, and offering insights that transcended its immediate setting. As the story continued to unfold, people from near and far found themselves drawn to the statue, each visitor contributing to the ongoing legacy of faith, mystery, and memory embodied by this timeless figure.